Assalamualaikum viewers. Today's topic is about employment communication, and this is taken from the book of Sri Mahalich and Darlene Smith Worthington. So, employment communication. The job you seek may be the long-awaited dream job, part-time job to help you, or transitional job. Whatever the job, you will need employment communication that is both attractive and effective to highlight your strengths for the job market. Employment communication includes resume, your CV, a letter of application, and a follow-up letter, a letter to thank the employer for an interview. So why do you need a resume? A marketing tool. It is to obtain an interview, not a job, and it is a requirement of many organizations. The prospective employer is the audience of employment communication. To understand how to approach employment communication, consider jobs hunter perspective, employer's perspective, and employer's expectations. What is the hidden messages of resume? A resume should be neat, well organized, error-free, professional appearance, and you should be neat and well organized, attention to detail, and careful and confident of yourself and about your interview. So for getting started with employment communication, consider the following. Find out about yourself, find out about your employer, and choose your references. Formatting a resume. Designing a resume is like designing an ad for a newspaper. A newspaper ad is designed to create an immediate impression in a small space. While designing a resume, you are selling your skills and expertise to a prospective employer. You want your most impressive qualification to jump out at your employer during his or her first 10 seconds glance at your resume. Formatting deals with how the resume looks on the page. It should look symmetric and balanced. White space allowing comfortable margins makes the resume looks easy to read and uncluttered. Special features that are bold spacing, bullets, italicizing, etc. make important information stand out. Use easy to read font in 10 or 10-point type. Headings should be easy to spot. So how to organize a resume? To organize materials for your resume, follow these sequences. Include all basic headings. Decide which optional headings to include. Highlight your strengths. Use priority order from most important to least important, and reverse chronological order backwards through time to write sections of your resume. So basic headings are identification, education, experience, and references. And there are some optional headings that are objective, qualifications, skills, interests, activities, hobbies, achievements, honor, and award. So what are chronological resume? Provides history of employment and education regardless of the job. Accounts for every year out of high school with no gaps in time. Tends to emphasize dates in resume design. Use predictable traditional headings. Places of education and work experience early in the resume. Functional resume. So functional resume provides a summary of most important qualifications for the job. May not account for every year out of high school. Emphasize skills, accomplishment, job titles regardless of the time frame. Uses less predictable, non-traditional headings designed for the job. May present education and work experience later in the resume. So what are organizational strategies? Two organizational strategies govern the writing of all the resumes. They are priority order and reverse chronological order. So priority order major sections are presented from most top important to least important except for references, as they are always places at the last. And reverse chronological order, this gives priority to time. What is most recent is considered to be the most important. Composing the resume. You should choose your word wisely. Make sure to present information concisely. To place information in an easy to read format, sentences and paragraphs are out. There should be very much less sentences, and paragraphs in your resume. Punctuation is very important since no complete sentences are there, so generally no end punctuation is there. So don't use colon to introduce lists, and use commas to spread simple list of 3 or more items. How to compose employment letters? Employment letters are of two types. Letter of application, that is cover letter. It accompanies the resume highlighting the applicant's strengths, and follow-up letter you write after appearing in an interview. It is written to extend your gratitude to the employer for the interview. So cover letter is a sales letter, as you are selling yourself as a good candidate for the employment. Strategy and approach for a composition of letter of application. Since it is a sales letter, so it is made up of HSM formula: hook, sell, and motivate. Hook is opening, sell a summary of qualification, and motivate is a request for interview. So what are the parts of letter? Opening. First paragraph should get the reader's attention, and it should compose of state your interest in the job, explain how you found about the job, and quickly summarize your major qualifications for the job. Summary of qualification. The second and maybe the third paragraph justifies your claim that you can work for this company by providing proof of your credentials. To provide specific proof that you can perform this job, describe your education, describe appropriate work experience, describe related skills, explain something important not mentioned in the resume. So request for interview. The last paragraph motivates the reader to action by asking you for interview and making contact convenient. Be sure to refer to the enclosed resume, ask for an interview, tell how and when you can be reached. So what should be included in follow-up letter? Follow-up letter is also known as thank you letter, sent soon after a job interview, and it should contain thank the employer for the interview, remind the employer for something said or done during the interview, explain why you are the best candidate for the job, and express continuing interest in the job. So thank you very much. This is all about the resume. Please subscribe our channel for further videos.